The unthinkable did happen for Manchester United again. 4 defeats in 5 home games, and the goals they gave away in the second half.
Dreadful. Just dreadful, honestly. I mean, we saw it against Southampton where they were brilliant and probably deserved something from the game. But they're just too easy to play through. You see Iari just glides through the midfield. Look, no pressure on the ball. Minte there, and Mitoma at the back post. You know, there's so many good players in this Brighton side, and they'll hurt you if you don't defend properly. You see Mazraoui highlighted at the back post. He's ball watching. He's got to know Mitoma's going to come in behind him. You know, he's got to be there. Look, he tries his hardest because the ball's so good. I'm not sure Onana can get there, but Mitoma does amazing at the back.
Do you not think Onana could do better there, though?
Mate, sometimes I think the ball is so good. If it's so good, the keeper doesn't think I can get there. But defensively, goalkeeper, they struggle to score goals. United have so many issues, it's crazy.
Talking of Onana, he had a horrible moment for Brighton's third.
Yeah, I mean, it's individual mistakes, isn't it? Individual errors, especially at this level. You know, you make mistakes like this, you're going to get punished. But throughout the game, I mean, Brighton deserved to win the game anyway. United one shot. But you see here, you know, it should be just, it's not even hard, is it, really?
But look, Jay, even on, they're late to everything. Everybody's late. Okay, it's a mistake from Onana, you know, and but everybody's late to everything. Even Amorim said that against Southampton, didn't he? Said, you know, you're late into the press.
It's reactive, isn't it? Like, Ruter's obviously the first one to react there. You know, any spillage, and then, you know, but it's a bad mistake.
And today, Owen, Manchester United at home in the Premier League, 1 shot on target.
Steve, they never looked like scoring. You know, they scored from a penalty. That was it. You know, Brighton had 1 disallowed, scored 3, probably had numerous chances outside of that. But I mean, you see the graphic there, the last 6 results. Everybody's given United trouble. I mean, Southampton were last place with 6 points from 60 and could have got something. So when you think you're going to play, you know, Newcastle and you're going to play Bournemouth and you're going to play Brighton, you're going to get punished. And I think that's the way for Amorim. You know, he's come in, he said, look, I'm going to play this way. You'd have to say it doesn't suit the players that they have right now. It's not just about playing your way you want to play, which is fine. You've got to find a way to get results. That's it.
And they're not doing. 11 points he's got from a possible 33 since walking through the door.
If you're conceding goals, though, but if you don't like scoring, there's got to be a problem. Apart from, I think his first game against Ipswich, I think it was the Rashford goal, the first one.
They could have lost that game and all.
Yeah, but even that, you look at it, you think, okay, you can sort of see the patterns, what he's trying to do, and you think, okay, but apart from that, really, you just can't see what they do in terms of in possession. Out of possession is too easy to play against.
I think they struggle to keep the ball with this formation sometimes. You know, I think to progress it between the lines, because there's only 2 central midfield players, I think it's hard to keep it. You know, so you're relying on individual moments like, you know, from Ahmad to kind of get you out of trouble, but defensively, you know, they don't look great.
And aside from all that, are you seeing the right attitude, the right effort, the right application?
Yeah, I don't think it's an attitude thing. I don't think it's an effort thing. I think the boys are trying, but obviously,
you look a little bit confused, do you?
They probably are confused, yeah, because they're trying to do what the manager wants them to play a certain way, and they're going to do it, right? Because if they don't, they're not going to play.
Right.
But I think the recruitment's been a huge issue over the last 3-4 years. You look at Brighton, they had 6 players in that starting 11 that would start for Man United. That should never happen. Ever. With the utmost respect, they shouldn't have players that get into a United team. They shouldn't even get in the 18. And they got 6 that would start at Man United. So it goes back to recruitment. You know, how much did Ten Hag spend? 600 million. And there's not many of those players that would start for another top 4
Which
side.
isn't Ruben Amorim's.
No, I know it's not, but what I'm saying is it goes back to recruitment. They got to get recruitment right. But again, I think it's such a danger just to recruit because we play this way, we play 3-4-3. Because what if Ruben eventually goes? You know, then you start with those players as well. So I think they need to be a little bit more flexible, a little bit more variable than this, because it's not working defensively or offensively.
They never seem to be in control, though.
No,
when you watch the games and that, you never think, especially at home, like, they never really seem to be in control. They win the ball back and you think, okay, then can they gain some control and get some passes, have a spell? Never seem to be in control. And top of that, can they, you know, go forward and create chances? So, I mean, Ahmed, you give it to him and he was, okay, just go on with it. And he'll just try and do something about it.
OK, we'll come back to this after the game, as ever with Manchester United. Owen is frustrated and hurt with his former club. Let's see how Jermaine is feeling about his.
As it ends in defeat, Brighton taking all 3 points at Old Trafford today. Danny Webber joins me in the studio to dissect all of that. And as I said, a really difficult day all around for fans and for players.
Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt. Firstly, it would have been nice to have honoured Dennis Law's life and association to this football club with a win, and seen that sort of passion evident in the performance, but it wasn't to be. It wasn't to be. Brighton have come here and been a real thorn in our side over the past couple of years, and again proved to be the case. Without being exceptional, I'd say Brighton haven't been exceptional today. They've just been efficient. They got the job done, and we've made errors which they've punished us for.
You can see it written all over the players' faces there, can't you? The disappointment, because it's been an emotional couple of weeks for the players. Some big games they've played, some great performances put in, but you can see it on their faces there how disappointed they are.
Yeah, and Ruben made a point after Liverpool game where he said, I'm angry because this is the level of performance that I know they can basically give, and that's not what I've been getting. And it's emotional because you have the high of Liverpool, the high of Arsenal, and in between that you've got the lows and the performances that we want to see better. So the consistency, your Liverpool and your Arsenal game is your standard, and of course they're top opposition, but we've got to do it against clubs like Brighton and Southampton and so on, and have that level of consistency. And I think that's the biggest task that this squad of players stroke Ruben have got to get hold of, really.
That seems to have been the story since Ruben has come in. We can perform against the top teams, not so much against the lesser teams. What do you put that down to?
It's mentality. It's mentality, and you can say that, do the players have the mentality? But yes, they do have the mentality, but you have to deliver it every single game, because you see it, then it makes you feel excited as a fan. It makes you feel like, okay, we're going somewhere, and then it's not the same. But that's only application, that's endeavour, and that's being streetwise on the pitch and doing your jobs as well as you can. And I think that is the frustration, is that you're not looking at a bunch of players who can't deliver top level performances. They can, and we've seen them do it. And it's just the consistency, which is, in my opinion, mentality.
You'd said at half-time that Brighton, they started better than us, and then we got into the game. What did you notice different in the second half then?
I just felt that Brighton were the most consistent throughout. They started the second half in the same way they started the first. They came out the blocks. The first and most second balls. So when the first ball's gone up and the ball drops down, they're on it before everybody. We're taking a touch, they're nicking it off our toes. And it's little details as to, it's disappointing. If you're the person who has the ball and someone nicks it off your toe, that's a moment of disappointment you've got to deal with. And if that's happening across the pitch, then you're losing all the tiny little micro battles that make your performance good. And they were winning those. Obviously they get their goal, Onana makes a mistake which just hands them another goal, and then you're in a position where you can't come back. There's experience in the Brighton team now, enough experience, not like, with all respect to Southampton, that team. Yeah. That team's 6 points, bottom of the Premier League and really struggling. The Brighton team are, they may not be in the top 6, but there's enough experience to see out a game when they go 3-1 up at Old Trafford.
And they've done it 3 times consecutively, which is the unfortunate thing for us, because they know how to win here then.
100%. And that feeling's familiar to them, and something that we really have to do as a culture, as a football club, is change it so that Old Trafford isn't a place people think they can get anything from. Yeah. And if they walk away with a draw, they're absolutely delighted. But there's too many people coming here in recent years and taking points off us, which isn't the standard of Manchester United.
That is what I'm talking about. I said this in the last match Manchester United played. I think against Southampton, they win 9 minutes. Diallo score hat-trick. I said if it's a better team, they will not go away with it. And also said somebody that against Brighton, if Manchester United do what they did against Southampton, they will collect, and that is what happened. I don't know what is wrong with Manchester United. They are so flat. Against Brighton, you know that they are good. They cannot afford to make 1 or 2 mistakes. Even when they are trying to, if they can come back in the game, a professional football like Onana, a professional keeper like Onana made this kind of error that make it 3-1. That is when the match ended, because I know that Manchester United is not coming back again. When those people score, Brighton score 1 goal, Manchester United equalize with a stupid mistake that Brighton defensive midfielder did to Sexy. That is a very stupid challenge. But after that, Manchester United come back to 1-1. Going forward, Manchester United conceded another goal. That after it become that the guy fought Delort before the goal, they cancel it by VR. Then that is when Manchester United have to be extremely careful. No, they didn't learn. Before you know it, they go behind again. It become 2-1. When it become 3-1, that is the end of the game. Honestly, well, right now they are still pretty on 13th position because Tottenham is not helping matter at all. And Manchester United, it will be very even difficult this season to qualify even Europa League, honestly, because as they are going, I don't see any improvement. Yeah, they win against Southampton. Southampton just let themselves down because in 82 minutes, they scored 3 goals. From 82 minutes to the end of the match, they scored 3 goals. So, because of Southampton is dead already, for me, I have already declared them a relegation. But this Brighton, I know that Manchester United will not go away with it. With this leg, I don't think Manchester United will pass 10th position this season if they continue like this.